Hello friends, today we will study the uniform costing and interfirm comparison. Firstly, I will teach you the meaning of a uniform costing. Uniform costing refer to the use by several undertaking of the same costing principle or practices. Uniform costing is not a new concept or method of cost accounting. It is the adoption of identical costing principles and procedure by several units of the same industry or a several undertaking by mutual agreement. When different undertaking in the same industry or the different industry adopted the one set of standard accepted cost accounting principle, it is said to be the uniform costing is a follow. Now we will see the definition of uniform costing. ICMA London define uniform costing as the use by several undertaking of the same costing system, that is the same basic costing method and principle and the techniques. Now we will see the application of uniform costing. It means um, where uniform costing technique is a useful. A single enterprise, in that first is a single enterprise having a number of manufacturing unit under the same ownership and management, and the second one is the number of undertaking in a same industry which may have a united thought, a trade association or a such other body. And third one is a industry which are different but engage in a similar trade line. Now we will see the advantages of uniform costing, in which the importance of advantages of uniform costing system arise mainly from the desire to help each other, free exchange of enterprise, know-how, innovation ideas and method, sharing of a sound, reliable and relevant cost information, availability of analytical and meaningful comparable data, comparative aptitude of the member unit, and healthy competitive spirit, well established of the suitable business policies and standard accounting practices from improving the efficiency of the industry as a whole. The advantages occurring from the use of uniform costing system to participating unit are as a follow, in which first is a facilitate negotiation with the government agency. It helped trade associations in negotiating with the government in trade manner, particularly when an industry seek any assistance or the concession from the government in a matter of the subsidiaries, export, taxation, duties and price determination, etc. Second one is a facilitate the price fixation. Uniform costing is a great help in a price fixation, and healthy competition is avoided between the firm in the same industry in a framing policies and submitting the tenders. Third one is a help government in regulating the price of the product. In that, it helped the government also in regulating the price of the essential and important items such as bread, flour, sugar, cement and steel. And fourth one is a useful for the management control. It is useful for management control. Performance of individual unit can be measured against the norms set for the industry as a whole. It assists the standardization of the operation and performance in the industry. And fifth one is a healthy competition. It avoids the cutthroat competition by the ensuring the competitive among the member units proceed for the healthy lines. And sixth one is a locating weak spots. Comparison help in locating weak spots, and we can say that remedial action is taken which is necessary. And then next one is a stability. Weaker member can take advantage of the efficient method of production and the production control of the better managed unit so as to increase their own efficiency. These provide the stability in the industry. And next one is a cost consciousness. Uniform costing create the cost consciousness by showing the best way of doing things. And then next one is the preparation of the information. When the government desire to obtain the data for ensuring effective price control, uniform costing enable furnishing suitable data immediately. Then next one is a customer confidence. Price based on uniform information may be taken to be reliable and representative of the whole industries. Then next one is a economy. R&D on the long scale. It means research and development on the large scale is possible only in a big companies. The benefit of research and development can be passed on the smaller units, leading to the economy in the industry as a whole. And the last one is a comparative assessment. Uniform costing enable the comparative assessment between public undertaking and private undertaking. Then we will see the limitations of the uniform costing. Proper establishment and effective operation of the uniform costing system is a very difficult because of the following limitations, in which first one is a difficult in application. Uniform costing is a difficult in application because of the um, wide size of the industries, degree and nature of mechanism, and the different method which are used by the different industries, and various operation and processes which are used by the various industry. The next one is expensive. We can see that, or we can say that this method means uniform costing method is expensive for the small units. Then next one is unwillingness for the supply of information. The main limitation of the this system is that the individual firm may be unwilling to disclose the information relating to the cost and profitability. They may maintain secrecy, and which is a also limitation of uniform costing. Fourth one is a monopolistic conditions may create. It may create the monopolistic tendency within the industry. And then next one is a rigidity. It may tend to the rigidity of the cost system. Flexibility is affected. Then next one is a difficulty in achieving the uniformity. Many practical difficulties are arise in the way of achieving the absolute uniformity. Then next one is a difficulty in understanding the standardized technologies adopted by the group may not understood by the individual member. Those are the limitation of a uniform. And now the next concept is a interfirm comparison. Now we will see the meaning of interfirm comparison. An interfirm comparison may be defined as a management technique by the use of which it is made possible for an organization to compare its performance with that of the other units engaged in the same activities. Now we will see the advantages and limitations of the interfirm comparison. Interfirm comparison follow a system of uniform costing, and so the advantage of the uniform costing would adequately occur in the interfirm comparison as well. In addition, the following advantages are obtained from the interfirm comparison, in which first is the participating firm are known by code number and the data is presented in the form of a ratio. It helps in maintaining secrecy for all the firm. Second one is it develop the interest in efficiency. Third one, it improve the productivity of the labor, uses of material, and the utilization of the capacity. Fourth one is a promote standardization of the material, labor, operation, and equipments. Fifth one is it avoid the duplication of the efforts. Then next is elimination of the unfair competition. It means interfirm comparison will help the industries to eliminate the unfair competition. Next is act as a tool of the cost control. It will be help to the industries to control the cost. And then next is it spotlight the weaknesses and strength of the businesses. Means it is useful for the industries to spotlight the weak point and strength of the that business which is done by that industry. Then next one is make possible the fullest utilization of available resources. Then we will see the limitations of the interfirm comparison. Difference in the nature and size of the member firm make it operation difficult. It means In one business or in one industry there are the various industries which and their size is a various, and it is a limitation in the interfirm comparison. Second is one is a suitable basic for comparison may not be available. Third one is a if the ratio are improperly computed they may give the observed results. And the last one is the top management feel that secrecy will the lost. Thank you.